So that's Eichenwald. The great thing about this map is it's a new location for us. It's kind of interesting that we're announcing our Germany map at Gamescom. This is actually a small village that was part of the front line of the conflict between the German armed forces and the Omnics back during the Omnic crisis. As you can see, it's kind of very traditional in that sense, and it's the site of the Crusaders' last stand against the Omnics. So who the Crusaders are, basically Reinhardt is one of the Crusaders. He was actually a part of this battle. But this map tells more of the story of Baldric, who was the original leader of the Crusader unit in Germany. During this time, obviously people were being overrun by Omnics here and there, and this was kind of a turning point in the Omnic crisis for the Germans, where they finally were able to stop them, push them back, and thanks to Baldric's sacrifice, start to turn the tide of the war. Now, with any map, we have a lot of new, unique gameplay. So the Eichenwald map is a hybrid map, which means it starts out in an assault and then ends with escorting the payload, this ram, through the winding, twisting streets of the city. The great thing about this map is it's very familiar to players who are familiar with our game style, but it has a lot of new, unique gameplay. This is our most vertical map to date. There's a lot of opportunity for people to kind of weave in and out of the ruins, take full advantage of all that amazing mobility characters have to get up to high points and shoot down. And as you approach the castle, you have this final moment before the gates where you're passing over the drawbridge. And the great thing about this is a new style of choke point for us. Instead of just having two big walls and a door, this is completely open. But on each side, you can potentially fall to your doom. So it allows for a lot of very unique gameplay. Certain heroes that didn't shine in choke situations or defense situations on other maps do really, really well here because it allows them to make maximum use of their abilities, especially those with knockback. Once you break on through, you kind of work your way through the rest of the castle keep to the remains of Baldric. Now, the whole purpose of this map, story-wise, is recovering these remains and being able to kind of bring this great hero back home. Now, in addition to the story bits you see within the maps themselves, we have been telling a lot of story outside of the game. Up until this point, we've had 4 animated shorts. You're probably familiar with each one of them. They've been super well received. One of the great things about Overwatch is it's not just a game that lives within the game, the world lives within the game itself, but one that we really want to expand out in other areas. The animated shorts are a big part of this, and they've been hugely popular with all of our fans. The other big announcement we have today is the unveil of our newest animated short, The Last Bastion. While I can't show the whole thing today, I can give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek. Now, the great thing about that short is it's going to allow us to kind of explore a character that really can't talk for himself. So you get to learn more about Bastion and his little buddy here, Ganymede. If you're interested in seeing the short in its full length, we'll be doing the world premiere here at Gamescom tomorrow at 6 o'clock in 7, the big screen. So please feel free to join us. It's going to be great. We're going to have a huge crowd there. It's going to be super